20 sessions. How do you sum up a couple of months where you worked hours and hours on your project and had a lot of beer as well, as I heard, which is great. Vietnamese beer is really great. So I want to give you a couple of takeaways which are all connected to what we learned, but maybe they are new in a way that you realize you have not finished learning. Okay? And they're all practical things. Number one, there's no paper left. I need another flip chart, please. Thank you. And thank you so much for your help, of all of you. Number one, what is this?
Chair.
A chair. It's a chair. It's a chair. How many legs does it have?
3.
Rule number one for you as a leader, never sit on a chair with less than 3 legs. And the 3 legs are your support system. Because if you are hired by a boss who really loves you and takes you in his or her team, and you only depend on the boss leg, what happens if this boss gets promoted? You are left behind in the department where he or she hired you in. But this one leg is gone. Your support is gone. And maybe the next person doesn't like you as much as the person who hired you. So always have a second leg. And that leg is called your network. And what I always say is this: no network, no work. Would you agree, Mr. Jim? Would you agree? If you don't have a network, you will not achieve much in your career. I'm not talking about changing jobs to other companies. The network in Zalo, and that is what you created here this week and over the next couple of weeks. When I visited Vietnam in May, a couple of people, one of them do you know, Moon, invited me out for a dinner, and it was absolutely amazing. And all of a sudden, 3 or 4 people showed up. And these were 3 people from their project team. And they said ever since the week after the Saulo seminar, every week on Thursday we have lunch together. Every week after this seminar. Because the partnership, the friendship has formed so strongly, and they go to different parts of the organization. And they every week they catch up, they have fun, and say, Michael, where are you? I heard you're moving. What's the story of going somewhere else in the Saulo organization? And a few years later, you might sit in the same BOD, and you know each other so well that's just like, Tan, 3 years ago you were in this department. Is that right? Yeah, of course. Okay, we have to fix that problem. Do you know someone there? Of course, you know that I know someone there. Okay, problem solved. So network is number 2. And number 3 is very connected to what Michael says. I call it love. Unconditional love. You need one person in your life who gives you unconditional support, regardless of what happens with you in your career. Regardless whether you wake up one morning and say, you know what, I quit my job, I do something else. This person needs to be there and said, you know what, man, of course. What is it? What are you doing next? I don't know. Okay, but I will support you all the way. I have this person. I think, Michael, you have this person as well. And this is super, super important. And that is not a person at work, that is a person in your private life. It can be your parents as well, you know, it can be anyone, your brother, your sister. So this funny picture, pretty ugly picture, as a matter of fact, when I look at it, is your support system. Never sit on a chair with one leg. I learned from experience when I moved from Airbus, I had 6 bosses within 9 months when I went there. 6 bosses within 9 months. After the third, they didn't even know why I was there anymore. The first one hired me, the second one got told by the first one I hired him, trust him. The third one got told, I was told that Markus was a good one, but I don't know it because I'm leaving after 3 months. And the third one didn't tell the next one why I was here anymore. And that is the next rule I give you. The rule of 100. From now on, when you will start on Monday, every day make 1 new contact. 1 new contact in Zalo. Talk to people you have not talked to before. Don't send emails. You want to talk to someone. These 100 people will be your guarantee that you will never fail in Zalo. Regardless what happens to your job, someone knows you so well, that they will say, come to me. You're free, come to me. And you have never worked for this person. The rule of 100. I have done this in Airbus exactly like I said. When my 6 bosses were gone, I had a network of 100. I found a job within 1 week. And I was new in the company, not like you guys. Make sense? Okay, the 3 B's. What would you say you need to be? After this week. I need to be?
Honest.
Right? Sorry? Curious. Lovely. What else? The second one we didn't mention too much, but maybe you get it. When you move change, what have you learned from us? Is change easy? No. You need to be?
Adaptive.
Resilient, yes, and I call it brave. And the third one you mentioned in your graffiti wall. Be here now. The 3 B's. Remember that. It's hard, but it's easy when you do it every day. The third one is this one. This is the most dangerous line I have ever seen in any company in my corporate life. And that is when someone tells me our company just follows the plan. We live in a VUCA world. The plan will hit the wall very soon, right? Your plan for the team will hit the wall. Your plan for your career will hit the wall. This is where you need to find an inflection point where you become bold, where you think wrong. This is where you need to think about being bold and think wrong. Because if you continue to think like everything will fall in place and we have a plan, you will not develop. I told you my story, right? Did I? You remember? Did I think wrong? Sometimes I thought love, following my love of my life to Australia, and then moving to India and so on. But I had many inflection points, and that is what I can tell you from experience. Think wrong. And in Zalo, I actually believe it's part of your culture to not think the right way all the time, because you speak so much about your curiosity about the customer needs that you obviously want to find out what is what is the next thing? I saw it in your presentations today. Think wrong. And the last one I learned from you this morning, from Kue, from you. I learned about water. I learned about water. And I came up with a new metaphor for you. Because you said leadership is water. Have you heard about the movie The Shape of Water?
Yes.
Now it comes. A world premiere from me for you today, designed by Kue and the team. You have to be the shape of your leadership. The shape of your leadership. So whatever this water will be, you have to shape it. Thank you for this beautiful metaphor. That's it. Thank you.